What is up, my Back to Life family? Today is the day that I finally do the Q&A. Bunch of questions, bunch of answers that I'll have for you. It's been a long time since I posted this on my YouTube channel. It was 2 months ago, actually, the day where I said I'll be doing a Q&A very soon, but I want to gather all the questions for one long video. Please ask all the questions you want to know, and I'll choose 20 to 25 questions, blah, blah, blah. Please make sure it's nothing dirty. Life has been super hectic. I was on the road, as you all know. I traveled to 10 countries last year, and now it's about to start back up. Okay, so in the next couple of days after I drop this video, I'm actually headed to Mexico. I'm excited. I'm super duper excited, actually. I'm so ready to be back on the road. It was nice to be back home for about a month, but it's time to go. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing my family. I enjoyed hanging out with people, but at the end of the day, it's time. It's time to go travel. It's time to get back to life. It is time for me to go do what I love, meet new people, experience new cultures, eat new food. But this is a Q&A, and we're going to start with the first question that I see. And this one actually says, I want to ask a question that I don't think is dirty. Question is, what did you use in Indian toilets? Tissue paper or water? All Malayalis may be curious to know. Sorry if you think the question is dirty to you. Typically, I use toilet tissue. I had to do the Indian version water a couple times. There are certain situations where you just have to do what you have to do. And when in India, you do as the Indians do. So you don't complain, you just do what people do. And that's what happened. And yeah, it was definitely a crazy experience because that's not something I experience here in America. But going over to India, you don't know what to expect. Going over to any other country that I was in, you don't know what to expect. You just take it as it comes and you just go along with life and you just figure it out. So yeah, I definitely had to use both, but more so I'm definitely using toilet tissue paper if I'm ever using the bathroom. Question, and that was from Bumblebee. Question from Mohammed Hilal. He says, how do you make money for traveling? So first off, I have this house that's an Airbnb or like a homestay. People rent it. So that makes money, pays all my bills here in America. And then I get paid from YouTube. So Google actually owns YouTube. So you get paid for every time someone watches my ads and my videos. It helps support me. So it helps me be able to travel. It helps me able to get paid more. Because if you skip the ad, then me as a YouTuber, I don't get paid. But if you watch the ad for me, I don't know the exact timeline. I think you got to watch like 30 seconds of it or something. If you watch like 30 seconds of the ad, then I get paid. And that's how I fund my traveling, is through the support of the Back to Life family and anybody else that's watching that hasn't subscribed yet. And then stuff like real estate and just little small jobs. Like I've been in Chattanooga, my city here, for about a month now, and I just went and worked for about 8 to 10 days for my brother who builds houses here, and just made some extra money. I mean, I'm bored. I don't know what to do with myself, so not doing anything is not fun. I don't know who enjoys just sitting around the house all day. So I got to work, I got to make some money, and now I get to go travel again. But thank you, Mohammed Hilal. Another question was, and these were from 2 months ago, but it said, if you go back to the US, will you show us the lifestyle of the ordinary people? You were a teacher. What subject did you teach? So I tried to show a little bit of my lifestyle of like me just being a regular person, seeing regular people going through life and just kind of showing the streets. It's just so hard to kind of try and like just film. Like it's not like, I'll be honest, like being here in America and like filming YouTube videos, depending on like it being a travel vlog, is a lot harder because it all looks the same almost. So like I can only show you so much of my city because like there's so much space, it's so spread out. It's not like I can just go walk on the street, which I can. I showed you downtown and stuff like that in my videos, but like it's a little different than like being in India, for instance, and like being able to shoot like a cool chai shop or something like that, where they're just like a small little hut and the guy's making the chai or something. So that's what's a little different, but I tried to do my best. So if you haven't watched those videos, go ahead. And what subject did I teach as a teacher? I taught business management and business communications. So I was teaching my students how to start their own businesses, how to, communicate when in an interview, when giving a CV or what we call a resume, just stuff like that. Teaching them how to, sit up straight and shake hands very well with the person interviewing them and stuff like that. So it was fun. I truly enjoyed it. I loved it. And now I'm just teaching on a global scale. So it's like I've never stopped teaching. But we're gonna move on to the next questions. And Ankur Sinha, and it says, things which you didn't like till now in India. You can be honest, we love you. Anyway, miss you, Nico. Where do I get my inspiration for traveling? Things I didn't like about India. There's nothing that I really didn't like. Like, you have to take every country for what it is. The one thing that was like the problem was all the trash everywhere. It was just like, you walk into like the most beautiful, like when all the videos that went viral, like on Lakiri Viewpoint, and just there's other places. I was in Calicut, Kochi, and when I was in the Malayala Manorama News and all that stuff. It's just so sad to see all that trash everywhere when India is so beautiful and it has so much to offer, especially for a tourist to come in and like be able to experience it and be like, wow, this place is amazing. But it's okay, like that's just a part of it, and it's getting better. Like I heard Kerala banned plastic 2020, so hopefully like day by day, year by year, it gets better and better. But yeah, that was like the one bad thing. And then like the bathrooms is something difficult. Like as a traveler, like in America, I can stop at any, you know, any store, any shop, and it's like a nice toilet, nice bathroom. But like when I was in India traveling, it was very difficult. Sometimes, you know, you stop and it's like the toilet in the floor, which I guess is called like the Indian toilet. I'm not really sure what you call that, but it was just like very inconvenient from where I'm from. But if you're used to that type of life, then there's no problem. That's just like for me personally. And then it said, where do I get my inspiration from for traveling? And from there, it's just like I love people. Like I truly mean that. I don't just say that, but like being able to experience people and new things, and like be able to try to speak the language and like eat the food and feel what the people feel wherever you're at or wherever you're watching from. Like that's what I truly love to do. It's not that I want to go like look at temples and big buildings, and like when I went to Italy, I went to go see the Colosseum and stuff. Like, yeah, it was cool for 5 minutes and I took a picture, and then I was like, okay, this is boring. Like I'm still standing here and there's a building, that's it. But like when I got to, because I really met a lot of cool people when I was in Dubai. I met some great friends in India. That's where I met like my best, like I guess like people that I have a relationship with still that I talk to. It was just like, wow, like it's so nice to be with people and like feel the culture through a person that actually lives in that country or wherever that may be. So that's what inspires me about traveling, is just being able to go find good people that just help you experience the culture for what it is. Nikhil Matthew said, how do you stay so positive all the time? Please tell me, because I'm going through a bad phase in my life right now. This was 2 months ago, and I responded to that message, and I was like, life is about perspective. Sometimes we get so lost in our problems, we forget what blessings we do have. And what I mean by that is just like, you know, we'll have like 50 good things happening in life, and we'll focus on the one bad thing instead of focusing on the 49 good things happening, right? Like you getting to wake up, you being able to watch this YouTube video, you being able to breathe, you being able to be alive, you having love from people. And it's so easy to get lost in like, well, I don't have any money, or I don't have enough money, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. It's easy to say, I don't, I have to, instead of saying I get to, or wow, this is so beautiful, I get to go outside and breathe this fresh air. It's just something that you have to work on day by day. This is not something I just like, whoop, Nico is a Mr. Positive. Like it took time. Like I still have rough days. Like today's could be a rough day. Tomorrow could be a rough day. But I always know that after a storm, a rainbow's on the way. Like a rainbow will come after a storm. So if you understand that type of perspective, you get that no matter what bad is happening, good is on the way. Even if it's for like, it hurts, right? It hurts. You have to endure that pain. Whether it's like heartbreak, or whether it's just like financial stuff, or it's like family stuff, whatever it is, like just know that there's an outcome. There's something good coming. So it's okay to like feel those feelings, and it's okay to like experience that actual sadness, but just know that good is on the way. So that's, you know, how I stay positive. So thank you, Nikhil Matthew, for that. One question from Techno Updates: are you single? Yes. Okay, that was it. And then Mariam Bustana said, hey traveler, what is one thing you're going to miss the most when you leave Kerala? So I get, you know, those very delayed questions. The thing I miss the most about Kerala is the people. That's what I fell in love with, is the people in Kerala, and just like falling in love with the culture, like letting the people show me truly what Kerala was about. So that's kind of what I loved about it, and that's what I miss about it, and I cannot wait to go back. Let me just tell you. So thank you, Mariam Bustana. Moving on. What do we have here? Arya Mary Varghese. Will you consider marrying from Kerala? I mean, that door is open to anywhere. I don't discriminate. Like, I can meet someone in some country I've never even heard of, and there's a lot of those countries. And if I fall in love and if things can work out, I'll marry somebody. It doesn't have to be Kerala or any country that I just was at. Like, it could be any country. I don't know. I always say, I just go with the wind. So if I meet somebody that really captivates my soul, my spirit, and they just, uplift me, and I'm able to do the same for them, then you never know. Nico might be a married man. So thanks, Adia, for that question. We have, let's see, Kastu. And it says, I would like to know about your family and happy if I could see them in photos. So I actually have a couple videos when I came and surprised my family for Christmas. That was super duper emotional for me, like sitting on the airplane it was 2 flights of 12 hours. It took about 27 hours to get here from India. And just like knowing that I was coming to see my parents, my brothers, my sisters, nieces, nephews. And then, so if you want to see them in any photos, you got to follow me on Instagram at NicoTJR. You can see all my family. I always post them on my stories. I try to get them on a lot of stuff. And you can see them in some of my YouTube videos. It's hard because people have jobs. It's like, you can't just like go hang out at their job and shoot a YouTube video. A lot of people are like, show more of your family. Well, they have work. They can't just like come hang out in my house all day. And I don't have a wife or kids, so I'm just here by myself. So that's kind of difficult. But thank you for that. I love talking about that. And let's say Mecca said, what about your family? So I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters, mom, dad. I have like 7 nieces and like 4 nephews. A lot of little kids running around, none of mine. Great family. One sister lives in Montana, which is a state like way over here. One sister lives in Atlanta, Georgia. 2 of my brothers live here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and my parents live here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And then I have cousins all over the world. Who knows where they are? Big family. And let's see, next question. Oh, let's see. A lot of the same question. Do you have any girlfriend? No, I don't have a girlfriend. Bro, Sugamano. Sugam. Nani. Thank you. Madikap. Here's a good one. Manish Amatil. And it says, why don't you eat chicken or beef, except why do you only eat seafood? And about 9 months ago, almost 10 months ago at this point, I was talking to my Uncle Bob in Syracuse, New York, and he wasn't trying to discourage me from eating meat. He's never ate meat in his life. He eats seafood here and there. And he was like, man, it's just like, you like chicken. And I was like, of course. And he was like, well, this reminds me of chicken. It's like flesh. You just add some seasoning and then you eat it. And it's like, and I was like, yeah, I can see that. So now when I think about eating like chicken or beef or steak or anything like that, it just mentally makes me want to throw up. But I can eat fish. I can eat shrimp, crab, lobster, like anything seafood is perfectly okay. But that's literally the reason. There's no other reason. It's just me. I made that decision and I was like, I don't want to eat meat anymore. And I used to eat meat every single day. I was Mr. Fitness. I was buff guy in the gym eating 5 to 6 meals a day, chicken breast, beef, this. And I'm okay. No meat for me. I'm fine. So yeah. And wow, Finney George said, what's your worst time ever in your traveling history? Worst time ever, I think would be one time I was on a train in Sri Lanka. And it was a really, really old train, and I had to use the bathroom really bad. And I had to use, I guess what you call like an Indian toilet, like the one in the floor. And it was just a hole with a little water hose. And you just stand there and use the bathroom. And to me, that's not something I do. That's not my comfort zone. And when I did it, I felt so stripped of like my dignity and stuff. And I realized I had to just go sit down and just kind of like think to myself, I was like, like, this is life. You got to be able to adjust. Like, that was a reality check moment for me, because I was like, look, you're not better than anybody here. Like, just because you were born in America doesn't mean you don't have to do things like this. So like, that was a really tough moment. I know we're talking about like using the bathroom, who cares? But in that moment, I realized it was like, you're human. That's it. Doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter who you are human. At the end of the day, we all use the bathroom the same way. So that was probably the worst feeling I've ever felt while I was on the road. Moving on. Okay, and everybody keeps saying, like, the question that comes to everyone's mind is the money. How do you travel with that? Like I said, I have my house. I did a bunch of... So first off, let's go to this. Before I started traveling, I saved up a ton of money because I worked 3 jobs. I was a teacher, a high school teacher, full-time, okay? I was a fitness trainer, pretty much full-time. It was part-time, but I was working like 5 hours a day after teaching, and I was vlogging. And so I was sleeping like 2 or 3 hours a night, but it was important to me to know that I needed to save this money and really like grind because I wanted to do this as a career. And I believed in myself. I didn't wait for anybody else to tell me, you can do this. It was all on me. And when I believe in myself, no one can tell me anything. My brother tells me that all the time. My brother Arch, he's like, look, when your mind is made up, it doesn't matter what we say, you're going to do it anyway. And that's so true. Like, you should be like that. Of course, like, think things through. But at the end of the day, like, understand that, like, life is up to you. Like, whatever you do. Of course, certain situations suck and things like that. Life is unfair. And you just have to roll with those punches. Like, you have to do what you have to do with what you have. You can't wish that you have what someone else has. Stop worrying about someone else's money, someone else's life, someone else's whatever they were born into. You just got to do what you got to do with what you have. And life is great. So save your money. Go travel if that's what you want to do. Just be great. But let's move on. Oh, Khadija said, you're looking so handsome. Oh, thank you. And they love me so much. I love you more. Okay, I like that. But we're going to move on. Where are we going here? I want to know about the support from your family and friends. The support is definitely there. At first, it was kind of like, wow, you're crazy. You're just going to quit your job as a teacher and whoa, like, what do you, like, do you have money saved up? Are you going to get another job? And I was like, no, I just want to go travel the world. It just is what it is. I want to take a year off and just go, and that year off turned into making it my career. So now I get to travel the world for a living, and it's super cool. So yeah, everybody's super supportive, and I'm grateful for that. But a lot of people, AJ Chris Moore said, please visit Ibuki and its surrounding places. I definitely will try to go there. Keeping going, do you believe? A lot of questions, but it's hard to go through these very quickly. We can talk about like the quality of the currency. Someone asked like, hey, answer this question. Is there anything cheap here, very expensive in America, or anything cheap here versus like India? So like $1 in America can pretty much buy you like nothing. Okay, so I mean, it can buy you like a hamburger from McDonald's, but other than that, you're not getting anything healthy. You're not getting anything like nutrient dense. You're not getting it, like, it's hard to buy something for $1. But $1 in India, 70 rupees, I think right now, that's what it was when I was there. And for that, you can buy like a fresh mango juice or fresh fruit juice. Well, in America, a fresh fruit juice, just like in India, at our store, it's called like Whole Foods or something like that. It would cost like $8, which is 8 times 5 is like 560 rupees. So like, that's just to give you an idea of the conversion currency, or the currency conversion, is that like the same juice I buy for $1, so 70 rupees in India, or like 65 rupees. Here in America, you would pay like 560 rupees or 600 rupees, but it is because our currency is it's so high that's why it's like good for an American to go to India, because they can spend more money and enjoy all these things without it like hurting, because in America is where we spend a bunch of money. Malu by Heart said, if there's something you want in life more than traveling, what is it and why? Yes. My life is not about traveling. My life is about people. My life is about like understanding people, because I want to help people. I want to grow this Back to Life family so big that the world has no choice but to let us help it. Like, I want to help countries, I want to help communities, I want to help small towns, I want to help poor people, I want to help, like, whatever it is, I want to help people. No matter what you are, no matter how you identify, whether you're poor or rich, this, that, the other, I want to help people. And by having this community and this great, like, back to life family, we're going to do that. I promise you, believe me, we are going to help the world one person at a time, one day at a time. But we're going to move on. Abi Sera says, I'm in love with you, man. I love you too. Love from Kerala, okay. Someone said, Vishnu said, hey bro, please answer the question. Do you play video games? Unfortunately, I do not play video games. I have a TV behind me. I don't think I've ever turned that TV on, maybe one time. And this house has been here for 2 years. In April, it'll be 2 years. I don't play games. I just don't like games. I'd rather go like outside for a walk. I'd rather go work out, or like when I did work out. I'd rather just go do stuff. I don't really like video games and all that stuff. So yeah, that's just kind of how it is. So yeah, then we have Linu Mariam Roy says, do you have any Malayali friends in the US? I didn't even know about Kerala before I went there. So shout out to my boy Minhaj, who lives in Dubai, who was from Alappuzha, which is Alleppey. And he like told me to go to Kerala, so that's how I found everything. But now that I'm back in America, I'm meeting so many people that are messaging me and stuff saying like, oh, I'm a Malayali, I live in your city actually. It's just crazy to know that there's so many Keralites all over the world, to be honest. But then I heard like the first person that was on the moon actually met a Keralite on the moon, so that's the joke. But anyways, we're gonna keep it moving. All right. What are we going to do? Ansari Kaya said, why did you give Back to Life the name of your YouTube channel? Any reasons or secrets? The biggest reason I gave this channel the name Back to Life is because that's what it is to me. It holds me accountable, and it makes me put myself like out of my comfort zone, and it helps me understand that like I have to go do things, I have to go do this, I have to try this. And even when I'm uncomfortable, when I have this camera in my hand, I'm like, yo, I will do this. Because other people need to see this, that it's okay to get out of your comfort zone. It's okay to, you know, do this and do that and not be comfortable. It's okay to have those butterflies and to be afraid and just to be like, oh my gosh, like, am I really doing this? Yes. You go out and you do it, because that's when you like do the things that you're so grateful for after they're over with. So that's really why I named the channel Back to Life, is to like hold myself accountable and to give people that inspiration and that empowerment to go do it on their own as well. Like, this isn't just for me. I want every single one of you to go travel the world and experience new cultures, people, and all this good stuff. Like, go out there and do the dang thing. I want to see you in the world somewhere too. I want to meet up with you somewhere in the world, like, and be in a video with you. Like, that's what's cool to me. But yeah. Anyways, we're gonna keep moving. Blah 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 blah. We're gonna find some more. We're gonna find one more question. Okay, one more question. Let's see. One more question. Hey Nick. Okay, Arun Krishna. Hey Nick, what would your advice to a person seeking an adventure like yours? What drives you? What are the things you would like to redo along the journey and mistakes you don't want others to make? Apart from the question, have a safe journey ahead, brother. Your love is so infectious. Much love. You know what? Arun Krishna, I love you. I like that. Happy journey and God bless you, brother. But what advice could I give is just do it. I said that at a college when I was in Wyandotte at the Oriental College, and I told them, you only get certain opportunities in life a certain amount of times, right? Like someone you meet or something that happens and you're like, man, should I be doing this? Like, what is this? Like, I should go. And then you get that feeling, and then you kind of let it die out because you talk yourself out of it, or your parents talk you out of it, or your friends are like, yo, you're crazy, don't do it. But when you're 40, do you really want to look back at life and be like, man, I should have did it? Like, do you really want to work till you're 65 just so you can go travel once you're an old man or an old woman? Or do you want to do it when you're full of life and you're full of energy and you can actually enjoy it? And like when dangerous things happen, it's not the end of the world and you can run away from dogs or lions. Okay, not lions maybe. But like, you get what I'm trying to say. But my biggest advice is to just do it. Like, start today. It's not like go out and go buy an airplane ticket today. If you have the money, definitely do that. However, make sure that your situation is right. Don't just say, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, quit my job, not have any money, and just figure it out. It doesn't work like that. I saved up money. I worked 3 jobs for about a year before I decided I want to do this. And I decided I was going to quit as a teacher literally like 2 days before I quit, because I was like, I have to do this. I have the feeling in my chest and in my spirit. And I was like, I have to do this. This is for me. Like, in this moment, I have to be selfish. It doesn't matter what anyone around me says. I have to go, because if I wait another week, I'll talk myself out of it too. And I'd probably still be a teacher right now. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not what I wanted at that point in my life. And now I'm so grateful that I took an opportunity and a chance like that and just took a leap of faith and jumped. And now I'm traveling the world. In 3 days, I'll be in Mexico. In a month ago, I was in India, and 5 months ago, I was in Dubai. Before that, I was in Sri Lanka, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Hawaii, and I'm going back to Hawaii. And I'll take you guys also to LA. I'm taking you to Los Angeles after Mexico, and then Hawaii. So make sure you stay tuned for all that. But my biggest piece of advice, man, Arun, is to just do it, man. Start planning today. Write it down. Make it real. Make it attainable. Like, write down your goals. Don't just sit around wishing and hoping and praying and just thinking that, oh, it's going to happen. Like, if God wants it to happen, or whatever you believe in, like, oh, it's just going to happen one day. Life doesn't work like that. If you work hard and you have a plan while you work hard, you can make something out of that. But if you're just working hard every day and you just get lost in what you're doing and in your why bills and this and that, and you never have a plan to like actually set forth something and set goals, you'll literally never be able to like chase your dreams. You'll be chasing someone else's dream for them. You'll be working for a boss that goes on traveling trips, that has the beautiful car, that has the good family that you're hoping and wishing for, but he sat down and took the time out to plan all these things out before he became the boss. And he was like, I'm gonna be this one day. And that's what you have to do. You have to put it into words. So yeah, but that's gonna end this Q&A. I'll do another one soon, maybe at like, we're at 160 something thousand, 167,000 subscribers, I believe. I will check. 167,000 subscribers, almost 168K. So thank you to every single one of you. Literally, like, you guys are the bomb. Literally, thebomb.com. You guys are so freaking awesome. If it wasn't for you, this lifestyle for me wouldn't be happening. So literally, thank you to every single one of you that sits there and watches my ads. I want to know who sits there and does that. Like, comment below. I want to know, like, do you sit there and actually watch my ads? Like, I find that mind blowing. I tell people, they're like, how do you make money? I was like, well, people sit there and watch the ads for me because they support me and they're part of the Back to Life family. And people are like, really? And I'm like, I know, I feel the same way. I'm like, holy crap, you take time out of your day, not only to watch the video, but to watch the ads in the video so that I can keep doing this and bringing you more awesome content, which is mind blowing. But thank you so much for that. I'll do another Q&A that's like more updated, probably once I get to Hawaii or something. There I'll have a little more time, a little more space, like to be able to do these type of things. But I can't wait to take you to Mexico in 3 days, baby. And then Los Angeles, and then to Hawaii. So if you never heard of those places, go look them up. You won't regret watching those videos. So, but anyways, if you enjoyed this Q&A, make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at NicoTJR, so you can follow me along and like see all this stuff happening. I actually have a book coming out soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'll be dropping the link once it's live, and you can order it. You can get the e-version, you can get the paperback. It's not expensive. And if you get it, I would greatly appreciate the support. So I will definitely push all that stuff out and let you know when it's ready. I'm just checking some final things here. I'm so excited. It's my literal entire journey. I'm so excited for that. It's just something that I've been working on for 2 years, ever since I became a teacher. And I've just been writing my book ever since. I'm super duper excited about it. So make sure you check it out once the book releases officially. I will let you know. I also have music on Spotify. Make sure you go check that out. I'll drop the link below. Go listen. Let's get those streams up. Let's get those numbers up. Show a friend, share it. But anyways, if you haven't yet, check out shopbacktolife.com. Grab you some merch. I don't have any on right now, but grab a t-shirt, grab a hoodie, grab something. Grab you something. Like I said, whenever you guys support me, I can go travel the world and bring you more awesome content. So thank you to everybody that has purchased something and supported me. You're absolutely amazing. And thank you to everyone that is watching the ads and helping me in this as well. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that bell, turn on your post notifications, and all in all, just make sure you hit that subscribe button. My Back to Life family, I will see you on my next vlog. Peace.